I've been thinking about something lately. I think some of us have forgotten how to relax. And I don't mean vacations, I mean just truly relax mentally. I've noticed something. Even when many of us finally sit down at night, our bodies are just sitting there and our brains are running still laps around the house. Like, what did I forget? What do I have to do tomorrow? I should clean that. I should answer that text. I should be productive. And if we are relaxing, half the time we're feeling guilty about it. It's like rest has become something we have to earn, and our brains don't fully shut down anymore. Life just seems to feel heavier somehow. It's like phones, notification, bills, news, work, family, social media, constant information. It's like our nervous system has never fully clocked out. And after enough years of living in survival mode, calm can actually start feeling uncomfortable. That's the part I keep thinking about, because for some, being busy isn't just productivity anymore. It's distraction. And I don't mean it in a negative way. I think staying busy sometimes protects us from our own thoughts, because when life gets quiet, hard things can show up. Regret, embarrassment, grief, old relationships, things we handle differently, things we've never fully healed from. When your brain finally has space, our minds start wandering. And I think that's why some people always need noise, like the TV always on, a podcast playing, scrolling on our phone, running errands, working overtime, always doing something. I think a lot of us are carrying far more mentally than anybody even realizes, especially people who have spent years taking care of everybody else, never really learned how to slow your own brain down. At some point, go, go, go just becomes our personality. And then one day you finally sit down for 10 minutes and you feel restless for no reason. Like we should be doing something. And I think social media has made this even harder because we're constantly watching everybody else doing, building, hustling, cleaning, traveling, organizing, improving themselves. Meanwhile, you're just trying to drink your coffee in peace, and somehow we still feel behind in life. But I think people are just tired, like deeply tired, not just physically, mentally, emotionally, decision tired. Like our brains have been on far too long. And maybe that's why so many of us say we can't relax anymore, because our brains seem to have forgotten how. But I think there's hope in realizing this, because once you notice it, we can slowly start changing it. Not perfectly and not overnight, but we can do it. Relaxing doesn't always have to be doing absolutely nothing. Sometimes it's just like removing pressure for a little while and letting yourself exist without needing to be productive every second, without turning every hobby into work, without consuming constant information, without feeling guilty for sitting down. Even small things do help. Going outside without your phone, driving somewhere for a few minutes without the radio, watching a show without multitasking, letting yourself rest without needing to explain why you deserve it, you know? And I think adults need more fun again, too, like real fun. Laughing and talking, being goofy, going somewhere random, having conversations that aren't about responsibility. I recently heard a statistic that something like half of adults are saying that they're struggling having fun right now. And the more that I'm thinking about that, it's making sense to me. Somewhere between like responsibility, stress, bills, work, parenting, and just surviving, fun quietly is like leaving the building. It's like we became human task managers. And I don't think we were meant to live every day emotionally clenched. Life is hard enough, you know? Maybe learning how to relax again and start giving ourselves permission to not run every second and just sit and breathe. If relaxing feels hard for you, you're probably carrying more than you realize too. And that's part of why I'm sitting out here right now. Because maybe somebody needs to see a person online who isn't rushing, multitasking, or trying to optimize every second of their life, just sitting. And when I finish recording this video, I'm actually going to stay out here for another 20 to 30 minutes. That's my task for today. Seriously. It's officially on my to-do list now. I learned this the hard way last month when I overdid it and I ended up in the hospital. And it was honestly a wake-up call for me. And I realized being the Energizer Bunny isn't healthy for me anymore. And maybe it never really was. Just lately I've been realizing how important it is to slow down and notice life again, the sounds, the breeze, the birds and the chirping up there, the wind in my hair, the smell of the grass, and even silence. But most importantly, my own thoughts, not consuming social media all the time, just sitting with my own brain again. And I can tell you how good it feels to daydream again. I really think quiet mental wandering is more important for our brains than even I realized. Because that's when creativity happens and reflection, problem solving. I think some of our best thoughts happen when we stop overstimulating ourselves for 5 minutes. So this is Casey on the internet, just sitting here doing nothing. To remind you that maybe this needs to become part of your life too. Because doing nothing, is actually something. And it takes practice, especially for people who have spent years in survival mode. So maybe just start small. Find a favorite spot somewhere, a lake, a patio, a park, your backyard. Like me, maybe your front step. And just sit there sometimes with no goals, no pressure. Just let your mind breathe again. Because at the very least, it may lower your stress and give your brain a chance to process life a little bit more gently. Judging at how exhausted people seem lately, I think a lot of us need that right now. If this resonates with you on any level, give it a like, hit subscribe. This is Shoes Off with Casey, where I do really enjoy bringing you small tips that make a big difference. And share in the comments what you're doing to relax. And maybe somebody else can learn from you too. I'm going to take in this day now. Take in this moment. Just relax and enjoy all this beauty that life has to offer when you're not going 100 miles a minute.